Okay, so good morning, everyone, and we are going to start today with our next topic. Today is Tuesday and 13th of October, and let us begin with our next topic, and that is Unit 12, that is organic compounds containing nitrogen. Okay, so you can go through the syllabus which I have sent you, the deleted syllabus, and we can see in that isocyanides have been deleted from your syllabus. They are not a part of syllabus, only amines are there. Cyanides and isocyanides are no longer a part of the syllabus. So in unit 12, organic compounds containing nitrogen, under which we will study only about amines, right? Now, the first sentence which you ought to remember is amines are ammonia derivatives which one or two or all three hydrogen atoms have been replaced by alkyl or aryl group. The general formula of ammonia is NH3. If you keep on replacing, like here NH3, you minus one hydrogen, add one alkyl group, you will get a primary amine. Again one more hydrogen you will replace by alkyl group, you will get secondary amine, and then tertiary amine. So in a way they are all three of them, they are ammonia derivatives. Next we have amines have extensive uses like quinine. You must have heard about this compound. It is a very important compound because it is used as an anti-malarial drug. It is used as a medicine for treatment of malaria. Then ephedrine, which increases your blood pressure. Okay, it increases. Those people who have very low BP, they are given these kind of drugs. Then Novosin is an anesthetic in dentistry. Now suppose the teeth has to be removed. Okay, so an injection of this Novosin is given, and that part of your jaw loses sensation. Then codeine, it is a painkiller, and Benadryl, it is antihistamine, etc. Okay, now what are antihistamines? Histamines are compounds. Another small term for antihistamines are anti-allergics. Okay, so what is actually allergy? Our body produces compounds called histamines. So if those the and that causes itching and irritation on the skin and other parts of the body. So if the production of histamine is subdued in the body by means of drugs, okay, they are known as antihistamines or anti-allergic drugs. Now all of these, including Benadryl, which you all have, they all contain amines. So such is the importance of amines in our day-to-day life, right? Because all these medicines which you are seeing, they are nowadays very commonly in use. Next we go on to structure of amines. Now, as you can see, what is this? This is primary, secondary, or tertiary amine. This is tertiary amine because we have replaced all three hydrogen of ammonia by alkyl groups. Okay. Now, in this structure, what is this? Three-dimensional structure. This is wedge and dash formula. This is in the plane of the paper. This is towards me or towards the camera, and this is away from the camera, behind the plane. Now, if you will see like this, okay, this is a lone pair on the top. The structure is actually pyramidal. For ammonia, it's a pyramidal structure. There is lone pair bonded pair repulsion, because of which this bond angle is reduced. What is the bond angle in ammonia? If you remember, that is 107 degrees. And this nitrogen is sp3 hybridized. Okay, it is sp3 hybridized. So the bond angle should actually be 109.5 degrees. Then in ammonia, it is reduced to 107 because of lone pair bonded pair repulsion is greater than bonded pair repulsion. So the bond is compressed like this. Now further, amines have trigonal pyramidal shape, and the bond angles are very close to 109.5 degrees, because it will vary in 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree amines also because of alkyl groups. Then, but for trimethylamine, this is trimethylamine, okay, 3 methyl groups, tertiary amine, it is 108 degrees. Now, this is asked as an objective question in in competitive exams also. What is the bond angle in trimethylamine? It is 108 degrees. Although your nitrogen is sp3 hybridized, but it is 108 degrees because of your lone pair bonded pair, okay, repulsion is greater than bonded pair repulsion, okay. But the same thing takes place in ammonia also. But in ammonia it is 107 and here it is 108. Why it is like that? Why it is more than 107? It is because of alkyl group. Now if I draw methyl group, it will be C, H here, H here, H here, right? So three hydrogen will be present here, three hydrogen here, three hydrogen here. They are also having bonded pairs. A carbon hydrogen bond is also going to have a bonded pair or not? So there will be repulsion here also and steric hindrance also because of the bulky alkyl group. The hydrogen, they are spread out, they require space. So there is repulsion, because of which in tertiary in trimethyl in trimethylamine, you know, the bond angle is slightly increased to 108 from 107 in ammonia, because in ammonia we have got hydrogen present, we don't have alkyl groups. There is steric hindrance and repulsion between the alkyl groups also, because of which the bond angle is increased to 108 degrees. Now I hope this must be clear to you. Next, we go on to nomenclature, and you have done nomenclature in detail in class 11. Okay, if you remember, what is the first step we do? We select the longest carbon chain. Okay, nitrogen of NH2 group is not a part of the main chain. The main chain will consist only of carbon atoms, right? And then what will happen? After that, we are going to describe the location of the alkyl groups, and the ending word is going to be amine. Okay, now in common system, an aliphatic amine, what is an aliphatic amine? It is straight chain amine without the benzene ring. Aryl amine, it is going to have a benzene ring. Aryl comes from the word aromatic. Okay, so aliphatic amine is named by the by prefixing alkyl group to amine, that is alkyl amine. But in secondary and tertiary amine, when two or more groups are same, the prefix used is di, tri, etc. Now let us take quickly some examples so that the thing becomes clear to you. C2H5NH2, right, which is going to be the longest chain. C2H5 means two carbon atom, so the root word becomes ethane. Okay, so when the root word becomes ethane, and ending word will be amine. So we have ethane, drop E and add amine. Okay, ethanamine. This is your IUPAC name. What is going to be the common name? Common name is alkyl amine. Just write the name of the alkyl group and ending word is amine. So here the alkyl group is ethyl amine. Ethyl amine is your common name. Now next we have this. Okay, the longest chain is of three carbon atoms. So the root word becomes propane. Okay, propane, and on the second carbon atom we have got a amino group, right? So it will be propanamine. Propane is the root word, drop E, and then two amine, because it is it is attached to the secondary carbon atom. What will be your common name? Common name is 2-aminopropane. How? This is your amino group and this is your root word. So 2-aminopropane. If the ending word is an alkane, it is common name. If ending word is alkane, it is common name. Okay, now let's go to the third one. Now you can see there are two methyl groups. So your common name will be dimethylamine. Your common name will be dimethylamine. Okay, or what will be the IUPAC name? IUPAC name is going to be only one carbon atom. Okay, one carbon atom, because this is outside the chain. So one carbon atom means methane, right? This methyl group is attached to the nitrogen of amino group. So this will be N methyl methane. Here it is N, okay, N means methyl group is attached to the nitrogen of NH2 group. N methyl methane. Okay, drop E, ending word will be amine. So N methyl methanamine, straight chain of one carbon atom. Okay, and methyl group is attached to nitrogen of the amino group, and the remaining will be hydrogen atoms. Okay, this is another one. Now see, this has got two alkyl groups, methyl and ethyl. Now you are going to use alphabetical order. When there are two alkyl groups, you will use alphabetical order, methyl and ethyl. So first it will be ethyl. Ethyl, methyl, amine. This is your common name. Ethyl, methyl, amine, ethyl being coming first due to alphabetical order. Then the longest carbon chain is going to be this. This is two carbon atom. This is ethane. This will be N-methyl. Okay. N, capital N, it will be N-methyl ethane, and drop E, and ending word will be amine. N-methyl ethanamine. Okay. Alright. Next, again, we have got now three alkyl groups. This is tertiary amine. Okay. This was secondary amine. We had two alkyl group. Here also secondary amine. This is tertiary amine. Now we have got three alkyl groups. Okay. So this will be methyl methyl. So it becomes dimethyl. And this is ethyl. Now arrange in alphabetical order. Ethyl dimethyl amine. This is your common name. Ethyl dimethyl amine. And what will be IUPAC name? This is the longest chain with two carbon atom. This is N, N dimethyl. N, N dimethyl ethane, then drop E and amine. Okay, so this is N dimethyl ethane will be a root word, drop E and amine. So N, N dimethyl, that means two methyl groups are both attached to nitrogen of the amino group, which is attached to a straight chain of two carbon atoms. Okay, ending word will be amine, that is your functional group. Okay, now like this will be C2H5 and C2H5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is butyl group. Butyl, ethyl, ethyl. N diethyl, and this is butyl. But B comes first. Okay, but still we are going to write NN first. Okay, remember this. First we will write NN. NN diethyl butyl amine. NN diethyl butyl amine. Okay, is that clear? And what is going to be the IUPAC name? This will butane will be your root word. This is butane. This is your root word. Okay. NN diethyl butane, and drop E and amine. So this is NN diethyl butan 1 amine. Even if we don't write 1, it is understood it is attached to the first carbon atom. Okay. So butan or butane is the root word, drop E, amine. Butanamine can also be written. Okay. Now next we go on to this one. See, NH2, CH2 whole 6 and NH2, right? This is hexamethylene. Common name is for CH2 we use methylene. Okay? So hexamethylene diamine. This is hexamethylene, this is diamine. Hexamethylene diamine. Okay? And the 6 carbon atom will be your longest chain, right? So 6 carbon atom is hexane, and 1 and 6 diamine. Hexane, okay, 1, 6 diamine. Why I have not dropped D? Because here it is D. It is not A, E, I, O, U. Okay, it is not A, E, I, O, U. So it's not a vowel. We will not drop E. Okay? Alright, next. Okay, now these are aromatic amines or aryl amines. ARYL, aryl. This is Which compound? This is aniline. I have told about this compound in class 11. Okay, aniline. This is your common name. What is your IUPAC name? IUPAC name is benzene. Okay, benzene amine. It is benzene amine. What is this now? We have got a CH2 NH2. Okay, this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Okay, this is going to be, this compound is very important. This is known as benzyl amine. Benzyl is the carbon atom which is present in the side chain attached to a benzene ring. This is benzyl amine. Okay, and this is, okay, what will be your longest chain? This will be your longest chain, one carbon atom. It is having a substituent phenyl and a functional group NH2. Functional group will come in the end. This will be one phenyl, benzene and amine. So this will be one phenyl. We can also add one over here because it is attached, although there is only one carbon atom. One phenyl, okay. Yes, it will be methane. Methane will be your root word. One phenyl, methane, okay, and amine is the ending word, methanamine. And I have dropped E over here. One phenyl methanamine. Okay, and here also we will drop E because your amine is there. It will be benzanamine. Okay, it will be benzanamine. We'll have to drop E over there. Okay, all right, next here. Now this is the functional group, so this will be carbon atom number 1. This will be 2, substituent. Okay, they are at ortho position to each other. So this is orthotoluidine. It is orthotoluidine. Toluidine is amine. Ene comes from amine. Okay, and this is toluene. So CH3 attached to benzene ring is toluene. And if we have NH2 group also present, this becomes toluidine at ortho position, orthotoluidine. And this will be 2-amino-toluene. Yes, this will be 2, sorry. And this is going to be 1. I'll give you the reason why. Because your, when this compound has to be prepared, your starting material will be toluene because it is an activating group. Okay, if you are starting, you start preparing this compound from toluene, CH3. So the ending word, this is going to be the master compound. So this will be 1 and this will be 2. This will be 2-amino toluene. Okay, 2-amino toluene. Here NH2 is a substituent. And this is important. It is asked in nomenclature also in 1 mark question. CH3 will be your carbon atom number 1 and NH2 will be carbon atom number 2. Remember this. Okay, what is this? Both methyl groups are attached to nitrogen, which in turn is attached to the benzene ring. Okay, so your R parent compound is benzene ring. N dimethyl and benzene attached to nitrogen can also be written as your aniline. Okay, so this is going to be N dimethyl benzene, drop E, amine, or you can also write aniline. Now aniline is also accepted as IUPAC name. N dimethyl benzene amine. Okay, and your common name will be N dimethyl aniline, although aniline now is also accepted as IUPAC name. Okay, all right. So this is what we have done about nomenclature, and in 1 mark you do get one compound to name. So you should be familiar with your nomenclature rules. Next we go on to preparation of amines or reduction of nitro compounds is the first method of preparation of amine. If NH2 group is to be reduced, the reducing agent can be different, but it can be reduced to NH2 group. Okay, all right. So we have got, first is reduction of nitro compound. So we have got nitro group On reduction will form an amino group. Now reducing agent can be hydrogen. Hydrogen is obtained from Ran and nickel in presence of platinum or palladium. This is hydrogenation reaction. Okay. And what is the structure of nitro group? It is N double bond O. It is like this. Okay. This is N double bond O. This is your nitro group, isn't it? So if this oxygen is removed and two hydrogen are added, this will become NH2. Okay. So removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen, this will be reduction. Is that clear? So here we have reduction reaction taking place, and one reducing agent is hydrogen, which is produced from hydrogen gas using Ran and nickel in presence of platinum or palladium. Next we have is nitro group can be reduced by, this is nascent hydrogen, which is more reactive. Nascent means it is in the form of atoms. Tin HCl or iron and HCl. You take HCl, put a piece of tin, you will get bubbles. That is your nascent hydrogen. It acts as a reducing agent. It will reduce it to, okay, this will be NH2. This compound will be NH2. That is nitro group will be reduced to NH2 group. Okay. If you want to prepare aromatic amine, aniline banana hai, so nitro group attached to benzene ring, this compound will be nitrobenzene. This compound will be nitrobenzene. On reduction will give you aniline. This will form aniline. Okay, we can write it here. This will be aniline, and this is going to be nitrobenzene. Okay, alright. Note is given, nitro compounds can also be reduced by using lithium aluminum hydride. This is also a reducing agent, but I told you it is an expensive reagent. Only in the lab on a smaller scale, if you are carrying out the reaction, it can be used. Otherwise, it cannot be used on a commercial scale. On a commercial scale, we'll use these, and preferably it is hydrogen which is used. Next and very important reaction is ammonolysis of alkyl halides. Ammonolysis of alkyl halides. Okay, all right. So in ammonolysis, first we have got